Goofus, and I'm here at the Adaptive Textiles workroom, and we thought we would give you kind of a insight into my double-faced tapes. I really went looking for a good, strong double-faced tape about 6 years ago. I realized that so many other industries had gone to adhesives, and we were kind of lagging behind. We had fringe adhesive, we had iron-on products like Board and Fix and Quick Affix, and there's a lot of them out there, but nobody was really offering a great double-faced tape. So I started doing some research and came up with this one. This is Jules tape. It is a true double-faced tape in that it has an inner layer of polyester with adhesive on both sides. So you do have to use scissors to cut it. Unlike other double-faced tapes on the market where you can just tear them, it's the inner layer that gives the strength to the tape. So let me kind of show you what the tape is good for. It probably would take me less time if I told you what the tape isn't good for, because it's good for a lot. I put a little piece of tape here. It's wonderful for doing quick hems where you know you're going to be concealing raw edges. So I've laid the tape in there, you pull the paper off, you smooth down the product, and you have an instant hold. There's a lot of time where we do not have the time to allow a product to sit for an extended length of time before we need to move it. These are instant gratification. 100% polyester, so it doesn't yellow in the sun. That's very important because we're working in windows. We're putting things in the sun. We don't want it to yellow. It comes in 5 sizes, from 3/4 of an inch all the way down to 3/16. The 3/16 is the smallest of the thicknesses that I carry. And it was requested by one of my students because she likes to baste in her zippers, which is really a wonderful idea. And she wanted it as narrow as I could get it so she didn't have to worry about stitching through it. It's perfect for that, but it's also great for narrow trims. It's great for other applications. I've had designers and other students that call me and tell me, oh, I'm using it on paper, I'm using it at home, I'm using it, my husband's using it in his woodworking shop. It's a wonderful product and it's a lot stronger than you might think it is. In terms of strength, let me also share with you, my main designer has all sorts of interesting projection sizes she's always asking for. Very custom projection sizes, maybe say a 4-inch projection. Well, there is no lumber out there that you can purchase that's a 4-inch projection. So oftentimes I will put pieces of lumber together with the tape and then staple across it to create the size projection she needs. It's a wonderful time saver for me because I'm not having to run to the lumberyard and have them rip down what I want. So this has been great, and it is strong. It is incredible how great this holds. The other area that I use the tape a lot on is applying these aluminum stabilizer bars when I'm actually making a soft cornice. And I apply these also with the double-faced tapes. It holds it in place, and then once I sandwich the lining layer over it, it's completely concealed. So rather than having it bumping around in there loose, I just attach it. I've also used this on ceramic, I've used it on glass, I've used it to apply medallions to the surface of fabrics. As always though, please test it first. It's really important to make sure that you've got a good hold before you send this out to your client, because I don't want you to have a failure because you didn't test it first. It is machine washable and dryable. It is dry cleanable. Again, test first. There's only one fabric that I found it does not like, and that is Sombrella. But I haven't run across anything else that this tape has not worked very well on in almost every case. Again, test first. I use it for a lot of different reasons and in a lot of different projects. But again, as I said, instant hold is really wonderful about this tape. It does have a cure time of about 24 to 48 hours. You can steam over it if you want, although it's not necessary. It can be repositioned within that early period, 24 hours or so. You can go back and move things, but much after that, it really holds tight. I used it here to attach this top layer of Skirtex covered in fabric to this lower layer of Skirtex covered in fabric. I also used it to attach the lining layer of Skirtex onto the backside of this. The other wonderful use for it is just simply applying lining. I've used it all along the edge of this tableau, and I have a little piece here I'm going to pull and attach the edge of the Skirtex covered lining to the tableau and then also over the frame of this cornice. Once you get this whole layering done, it's very stable and strong. It's amazing how much this tape adds to the strength of projects. Trims, as I've said, fabrics, there's a myriad of uses for it. I'm sure I haven't even touched the surface on what you can do with this tape. Be sure to share how you're using the Jewels tape with me. I would really love to hear what you're doing.